Good afternoon, everyone, or to all my listeners, or to whoever is listening to this late afternoon broadcast. I am Christopher Marcus Bowen, and this is the earlier broadcast of the Christopher Bowen show that I am recording. I was going to record one tonight, a different broadcast. Tonight, like, probably after 10 or something, but what's it called? The broadcast is occurring now, or in the now moment, whether that's in the fifth dimensional now moment, or whatever the fifth dimension is, or whatever dimension is considered to be present in, or whatever dimension I'm considered to be present in, or whatever dimension I consider myself to be present in. And I would say I'm present in the, or not president. I would say I'm present in the here and now. I feel like words just come out of me for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway. The newness of life and the greatness of reality and the wonderment of, like, nature's flourishing greatness is very neat. One thing actually that I wanted to say is never mind, I'm not going to say that. The other thing I was going to say is it seems like there's many unique creative aspects that can be discovered. Many different creative discoveries of the heart, or discoveries of the... What's interesting is that, like, I'm getting bitten by mosquitoes, but literally yesterday and the day before, the mosquitoes didn't even touch me. They were just hovering around me. But today, I must be tasty mosquito food. So, I guess that must be the case for today. Something attracts them to me. I don't know what the mosquitoes find so interesting about me today, because I thought it was kind of cool. Okay, actually that was a really cool thing. So, like, today, or actually I already mentioned that, but life seems to revolve around me, and I thought it was, like, important that I should make a broadcast. And I was actually going to make a broadcast for To Lead Into Renaissance for the first time today. But, it's whatever. It can happen or it cannot happen. It's fine either way. So anyway, life is just amazing and absolutely wonderful. And I'm very inspired by the potential and the potentials that exist within me. And I'm discovering, like, how important it is to be a part of all that is in the unique way that I am. And also, I can be myself more. I can, discover all the things I want to do. I can have fun and, be involved in being active and volunteering, or being involved in the community, or making music, or continuing to compose music, or inspiring the future generation. That was also something really cool that happened. I was talking to three, or not three girls, but I was just talking to, when I was at the Coffee Bean, I was, I guess, introducing myself, and I was like, "Hi, can I ask you a question?" And I said something like, Do you guys like music, or something like that? And no, I asked if they go to school. No, I asked if... What did I ask? I asked music first, and then I asked if they went to school. And then I said, like, today... or, like, I said something about music. But, like, I said or like in the planner is like something like new culture or something like that. Or something like that. So, and I walked past Maricosta. There seemed to be like a really cool alumni thing going on. So, that's pretty interesting. Project Lightseed is pretty awesome. The directorship of Project Lightseed is pretty awesome. The overall just like newness of life in terms of like the funness that can be interpreted and experienced is pretty fun. Of course, freedom and love, or freedom and liberty and love and pursuit of happiness is really fun. Or like advocatable sort of thing and responsible. I think there's new things happening with Bud because I mentioned that for the first time today. I went over to Pineapple Club and was wondering if I could get Bud for free, which is not the case. It turns out I can't get Bud for free. Or at least not yet. So I'm willing to be patient for that. For the Bud. Because soon I'll be able to get Bud for free, or I'll just plant my own garden, plant my own farm, make my own farm. That's also what I was saying today. It's interesting, mosquitoes just land straight on me. And they didn't do that like any other day. I don't know why that is. I have no idea why that is. Anyway. So I guess went on like a little exercise walk today. It was pretty healthy. 4 miles, I think. A nice healthy walk, 4.2 miles or something like that. I'm not sure what's going on galactically, but I'm sure there's a lot of fun, important things that are happening. But more importantly, the fun and the connection that I have with planet Earth as a human being, or even just as a being, or a living being with a heart and a soul and a vessel and a spirit and a mind. Even being on Earth, it's just fun. It's that much fun. It's creative. It's unique. I like being on Earth, and I like being Earth being. I like being Earth being. I like being on Earth, and I like being present on Earth. I like what I've learned on Gaia. I like what I learned while I've been living on Gaia. And it's amazing that I can recognize Gaia as like a living being. And I can respect Gaia as a living being, oddly enough. And it seems like there's a connection with Gaia at all times. Like, we already know that we can communicate with Gaia and communicate with nature. Even as, my previous broadcast was a great example of communication with Gaia. And it just seems like, living beings are just being living beings. And in a way, we are supposed to have fun, supposed to be ourselves and live in the joy of life and discover all the limitless possibilities that are provided. And that was the other thing I was saying, tours. So I was thinking like I'm not like the guy who's in charge of tourist attractions, but it was like tourist attractions is I have no idea why I'm thinking about tourist attractions. Anyway, I'm probably just gonna have this podcast not be that long. So, or this broadcast, or it's a podcast / broadcast. Anyway, this is your host, Christopher Moncrief Bowen, on this evening edition, or late afternoon edition of the Christopher Bowen Show. With lots of love, I love you all. peace, order, transformation, and love. And so it is.